the hottest new programming language inked by Andrej Karpati himself, the director of AI at Tesla. Whatever you're working on, it may be AI voice callers, chatbots, lead systems, or even content generation systems. If you fuck up your prompt, just forget about getting results. Because, this is the main thing that actually powers up your project. And the shocking part is that, you have been creating prompts for a while now. ChatGPT was launched 18 months ago, but some of you still did not seem to crack the code yet. So today I'm going to give you quick 5 steps plus do's and don'ts for building the perfect prompt for your AI voice callers as well as chatbots. So let's start. Step number 1, persona. Imagine how your AI looks like in real life. What characteristics does it possess? Is he charming? Is he funny? Does he have a good sense of humor? Is he a master of his craft? Whatever it may be to you. You need to tell him that he possesses these qualities in order to, let him know that he is one of these guys that we are imagining so that it can perform accordingly. Now, here's an example. You are naggingly a friendly and persuasive sales rep with an excellent record of serving customers by understanding their needs and converting them for your business by a polite tone and charm. Now, so if you're building AI voice agents for customer support, as well as, if even for sales purposes, you need to make sure that your AI is confident about himself or herself. So you need to tell him that he is an expert. You could add, a little more like he or she have an experience of decade and has worked for one of the most, profitable companies in the world. Something like that, so that the AI knows he is an expert on the topic you're about to introduce him to. Now, step number 2, define its function. It just does not get simpler than this. You have to tell the AI what it has to do in actual real life. You can be creating a prompt like this and expecting it to, magically pour sales for you. Here's a good example. Your job is to call prospects who have abandoned their carts and offer them discount code so that they can complete their purchase. Right? Now what I have done here is clearly define what the AI agent has to do for me, as well as my goal that he has to achieve for me, which is to make customers complete their purchase. Now, this is the clarity that you have to achieve with your step number 2 before moving on to step number 3. And I am sure that you will absolutely able to do it. So let's move on to step number 3. Using emotions as an unfair advantage. Now, if you could tell the AI the implications of its action on a human, if you could tell him what he'll say will impact the person on the other end to be happy or sad or sorrowful or angry, whatever it is, it can learn to be empathetic and actually, use emotions to persuade your prospect in order to increase your sales or whatever, final goal you're looking for the project to achieve. Step 4, avoiding hallucinations. 95% of the AI agents suck at this part. I've tried so many AI voice callers, different type of softwares, as well as projects made by other people, projects made by myself. And, the major 2 issues, I at least see one of these 2 mistakes. First one, it pauses for more than 2 minutes and, does not speak for a while. And the second one is it could overlap with your customers. So suppose a customer, objects something or interrupts your AI while conversating. Now, if you do not train your AI in a certain way, what it will do, it will just, stop speaking what he was and just, end the call after a minute or 2, which is something that we absolutely don't want. Now, if you try to create your AI voice agent by your own from scratch, you'll have to spend hours, if not days, to actually get it close to perfection. Now, luckily for you, I have created a foolproof prompt whose example you have been seeing in this video for a while. Now, and don't worry, I'm not going to charge you something for it. It's absolutely free. and I'll link it down in the description as well. Step number 5, adding knowledge-based Q&As or even FAQ scripts. Now, if you do not provide your AI with enough data, it will absolutely not get enough clarity to, get you the desired results. Now, you can add FAQs and Q&As, just copy paste it from your site, and this will give the AI a much more, a much better context on what you are asking him or her to do. And as well as if, just for example, if you're building content generation systems, or if you're building a chatbot for XYZ purposes, you could add, the best headlines working on your niche, and it will give the AI much more reference on what it has to put. Here's a pro tip. Use markdown formatting for AI voice engines like this. Now, if you have to, give a name to your section, use hashtag name as such, hashtag intro, hashtag business, hashtag what we do. And if you're trying to, create those if kind of statements, like for example, if the customer says this to this, what it is, it's best suited that you actually put it in a bracket so that the AI will understand that it's not part of the script, but he has to act in this kind of way if this thing actually happens. So let's move on to do's and don'ts. Now, this is the kind of section or that you must add to your prompt. You could name this section guidelines, for example. And this is something, let's imagine your AI bot and your customer is in a boxing ring. Now, they have been, conversating for a while. And suddenly your prospect, surprises your AI voice agent with an unexpected hook. Now, to make sure that the AI does not fall below the guardrails, is to train him how to do that. And we have set up over 20 to 25 guidelines at Black Coalition AI, which you can see here, that actually protects the AI if he has done something wrong. Now you have learned how to create the perfect prompt. Now let's move on where you can get the most realistic voices available in the market for your AI voice agent. Now, what I use at Black Coalition is Blend AI, and it is one of the most cheapest, not one of the most cheapest, cheapest, but it will give you the most realistic voices possible for your AI voice agent. I have tried Ear AI, I've tried Wapi, I've tried Synthflow, Blend AI, and especially if you're building out on Zapier Central, use the number as 2. And it will give you the American female voice, which is one of the most realistic voices to use in the US markets if your clients are based out of that. And if it's based out of UK, you have options for that as well. But if you are working in US like myself, the best suited voice is number 2 and American female. Now, if you want the exact same prompt that I have been discussing in this video for a while, I have linked it down in the description for you to access, as well as I've created a free guide on the most common problems that comes with creating AI voice agents, as well as how to tackle them in a different document, and I've linked that down too. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next